Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the moon unaspected in a natal horoscope. Well, as most of you know, an unaspected planet basically leaves a little restrained and it's very uninhibited. It has very strong, I call it full throttle expression. If the moon is unaspected in a natal chart, it could indicate that the emotions are very uninhibited. The emotional nature of the person can be expressed and conveyed very easily. However, you might see a little bit of distortion or vacillation of the emotions. One minute maybe the person can be very emotional, and then the next minute may really suppress their emotions and kind of hide them from everybody. There might be maybe some insecurity with the person. This person may really maybe have difficulty. Might be some problems with security issues. Perhaps the mother had dissipated in the person's life and maybe not literally died, but maybe this person feels that the mother didn't figure as prominently in their life scheme as they should have been, and they might have not felt that love and that nurturing, that sensitivity from the mother that he or she would have really liked. And the moon is unaspected. I look at this now. The moon is associated with childbirth. Now, as far as in a woman's chart, perhaps it may indicate that the woman maybe might have delayed in having children. Perhaps in a man's chart, maybe as far as their significant other, their marital partner, maybe that person has children maybe late in the marriage or later in that particular person's life, referring to the man's significant other, of course. And we look at this, and the sign that the moon is in can figure strongly as well. Now, if somebody has the moon unaspected in an air sign, now as far as the emotional quality of the person, this can still be, like I stated before, about being uninhibited, but I think in an air sign it would modify the tendency a little bit. Now, if somebody has the moon unaspected in a water sign, the emotional nature would be further emphasized and accentuated, especially I believe in Cancer or Pisces, because Scorpio, even though it's a water sign, it's a fixed sign, and it has more control, I believe, of their emotions as opposed to Cancer or Pisces. Now, in me, one example I can give you is me. I have the moon in Gemini. Well, it's not really, for me, I don't really believe it applies. I gotta change that. I said something wrong by accident. Now, though, according to Wikipedia.org, my moon in Gemini makes no major aspects. I believe it does because I have more of a liberal orb for the sextile and trine. I believe it makes the two planets. Now, but I'll give you an example. If it is, let's say somebody does have the moon in Gemini, and like me, I have it in the first house. Now, if they have the moon in Gemini in the first house unaspected, that could indicate that maybe perhaps the Gemini characteristics will be expressed very strongly. That this person may have, when emotion may become very animated, and the Gemini, not just the emotions, but the Gemini characteristics associated with the moon sign, of course, I think would come out with a little bit more, with less restraint, as opposed to it not being, as opposed to it having aspects. Because with the moon, if a moon has aspects, if it has, let's say, the moon has negative aspects, then it has certain obstruction, it has certain blockages. It's not going to just be completely isolated. But when you have the moon unaspected, and like I said, according to Wikipedia.org, my moon in Gemini in the first house is unaspected, it could indicate, like for me, for example, having it in the first house, not only it shows the environmental side, being in the first house, of the personality and outlook on life, it could really be configured prominently, and maybe that's why I've had people guess that I'm a Gemini, even though my rising sign is 22 degrees Taurus. Well, the Gemini guess is because my moon is in Gemini, but maybe even I might even get more guesses on it because it is in the first house of personality, and it is, well, according to Wikipedia, it's unaspected. But in my opinion, I don't think it is, because I believe strongly that my moon makes a sextile aspect to my Venus in Leo, because I think you have that moon in Gemini loquaciousness combined with the Venus in Leo, kind of that need for the attention and the exposure and the notoriety on YouTube. I think that does play a little bit of a role. So I do think I have it aspected, but I just have, according to me, I have two aspects to it, and they're both positive. So you have a little blending and integration, but with only two aspects, it's not far away from perhaps the influence of an unaspected moon in Gemini. So anyway, people, at least like I said, according to me, it has two aspects. It just depends on what orb you use. My moon in Gemini is almost 12 degrees. Venus in Leo about 17 degrees. Well, it's 17 degrees in some seconds of arc. I forget how many, whatever it is, seconds of arc. So or minutes, or whatever it's called. I honestly forgot what that is. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the moon unaspected in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about Mercury unaspected in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in a natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.